Hey, air travel is back now. The numbers are higher than any other time during the coronavirus pandemic.
And we sought out the travel and tech experts to look at the safety of travel in a post-COVID world.
Travelers are back in line. Although masked and socially distant, they're ready for takeoff.
Some of the new technologies that we've brought on board will give that sense of confidence to folks.
With the uptick in passengers, Albany International CEO Phil Calderone is piloting in a new era of tech, creating a digital incubator with artificial intelligence, biometrics, and other cutting-edge tools to make travel safer.
We are just, for example, putting in an order for new elevators that have touchless buttons that use ocular sensory perception.
So that when you get on an elevator, you don't have to touch any buttons.
We were the first airport in the world to install a wellness app.
That lets you scan a QR code and see when an area was last cleaned in real time.
Cleaned at noon.
Technology developed here at GE's Global Research Lab in Niskayuna.
This is where people are coming into the airport.
What senior scientist Lynn DeRose is showing us is a predictive map counting the number of people passing through.
Really, this isn't what a passenger would look at. This is a tool for us to look at.
To stay one step ahead of COVID.
After a day, you're seeing a little bit of red here. Yeah. That red indicates that there's too much traffic right there. Over here, we all know that's a point where the TSA is looking at your license and looking at your face. So that's definitely a dense point.
Based on their calculation, the model can also send a time estimate to your phone telling you exactly how long you'll wait.
So down the road, what we're looking at is a completely touchless check-in process. So we're looking at things like biometrics. We're looking at things like more socially distancing. We're looking at things like queuing, where you queue and then giving you a queue, whether or not you can move forward.
Right now, it's just all domestic flights here at the airport, but when international flights do return, a lot of people are wondering whether they have to show their CDC card or some sort of virtual verification to board a flight.
I think the big challenge really is that governments have not approved a single standard for say what is a digital test certificate look like.
Perry Flint is with the International Air Transport Association. Their members include American, United, and JetBlue.
It's going to be a safe restart. It's not going to be rushed.
Right now, there are several vaccine passports or verification apps. Excelsior Pass, Common Pass, even IATA has their own health app.
As long as everyone's working on sort of the same standards, that should not be an issue.
But another issue, your privacy.
IATA doesn't maintain any central database.
And most of the apps don't. Through blockchain technology and data encryption, you only show a QR code.
For whatever reason, we are already seeing very long lines. Very long lines with traffic just a fraction of what it was 2 years ago because everyone's carrying around paper test certificates.
So I think what you're going to experience in a post-COVID world is the experience will continue to be one where it won't be exactly like it was prior to March or February of last year.
Instead, touchless and technology-driven. As we return to flight, and as normal as possible.
Yeah, things will certainly look a little different. Now, the airport is looking to expand to provide more room for distancing, especially in those high traffic areas. The U.S. has already ruled out mandatory vaccine passports, though there are some airlines like JetBlue and United. They have pilot programs right now for passengers going to certain international destinations that either have to show some sort of a test result or vaccine verification. So they're kind of testing the waters with that.
And it's fascinating to see many of these first happening right here at the Albany Airport.
Yeah, ahead of the game.